I will start with this. Can you all see my screen? I have presented something
Yes, sir.
designation.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Thank you, friends. Now you must be using printer paper. Printer paper, that paper is called as A4 size paper. You can see A4. You can see here A4. You have to mark the cursor movement. Can you see the movement of cursor or pointer?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if whenever I'm explaining something, I will be moving the cursor. So you have to mark the cursor movement. Okay. So you can see A4 here, A4 here, and also see on the left hand side you can see designation may. You can see bottom se upar A4. So 210 into 297. So 210 into 297 is in millimeter. So the A4 size paper that you use for printout, sorry, the paper that you use for printout is called as A4 size paper. Okay. Now if you keep two A4 size paper, two A4 size paper, then it becomes A3 size. A3 size means you keep two A4 size paper edge to edge, you will get a A3 size paper. Okay, and what is the size of A3? Now you can see here, A4 size is having size 210 by 297. And since you are keeping 210 into 210 two times, so it becomes 420, and this 297 remains like this. Okay, so you keep two A4 size paper edge to edge, you will get a A3 size paper. So this is the A3 size paper. So I moment before I talk about what is A3. So A3 size sketchbook. So this is the size of the A3 size sketchbook. So that is the A3 size. So you can see in dimensions the A3 size is 297 by 420. Then one A3 size and another A3 size. This is one A3 size. This is another A3 size. Two A3 size together makes A2 size. Together makes A2 size. So you can see A2 size. So it is 420 as it is in the table 420 as it is, and 297 into that is 594. So when I talked about half imperial drawing sheet, so that half imperial drawing sheet is this A2 size. Got it? A2 size. Then when you keep this two A2 size sheets, this is one A2 and this is one A2. So this A2 and this A2 becomes this complete rectangle. So that becomes this A1 size. A1 size is this much, this much, or this much. Okay, so you can see the dimensions also. So two A2 size makes one A1 size, and one A1 and two A1 size makes a A0 size. So the sheet which is available here on the screen, that is 1189 by 841 is A0 size, A0 size drawing sheet. Okay, so generally the draftsman use this A0 size, or you must have seen the maps are drawn on A0 size, sanction maps or the drawings of the industry. Okay, or the draftsman drawing, they generally use A0 size of drawing sheet. Okay, so this is the size, these are the sizes of drawing sheet, so you remember this. Okay, throughout your life you have to remember this sizes of the drawing sheet. Okay, and these are the dimensions of the drawing sheet. Now when you will draw this, you will need some drawing instruments. So you will need these drawing instruments. You will need drawing pencil. So when you use drawing pencil, you will use a drawing pencil of generally we tell students not to use HB drawing pencil, HB, because HB is used for what? It's used for it's used for hard drawing. Okay, so the pencil that I recommend will be 2H or H. Okay, this is available, or if you even if you purchase lead pencil, or someone call it as clutch pencil also, clutch pencil also. So if you purchase this purchase H or 2H lead only, and lead is available in 0.5 mm diameter. जो लीड का पेंसिल हम यूज करते हैं उसमें जो लीड रहता है, ये वाला लीड, दिस थिंग, वो 0.5 में भी अवेलेबल है, 0.6 और 0.7 में भी अवेलेबल है. ओके, 0.6 0.7 में भी है. सो यू डोंट परचेस दिस, परचेस ये छोटा वाला 0.5 mm डायमीटर का लीड का पेंसिल परचेस करो इफ यू आर परचेसिंग द क्लच वाला पेंसिल लाइक दिस. Okay, and if you I don't suggest to purchase the wood pencil which kids use in their school. Don't purchase this. Okay, either go for H and 2H. Now when you go for H and 2H pencil, what will happen? This is hard. This blade is hard. Now since this is hard, and if you talk about HB is soft. Now since this is hard, and if you draw it by putting more pressure on the pencil, what will happen? Their impression will remain on the paper. And if you don't want the impression to remain on the paper, even after you erase it, then what you will do, you will have to draw by light hand. Now light hand matlab, I don't know, can you see me? See this device and my pencil, pen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you have to hold it such a way that you are drawing it with the light hand. Can you see? You are drawing it with the light hand. If you apply force and draw, then what will happen? You will get a thick line. And if you want to erase this line afterwards, what will happen? It will keep its impression on the paper, and that will not look. That will make your drawing dirty. It will not look good. So initially you start like this, drawing with a light hand. Light hand. Okay. Pencil barabar pakdo, hold it properly. I am holding it like this because I have to show it to you. So hold it properly and draw it with the light hand. Don't apply more force on it. This is all about pencil. Eraser, good quality eraser, that I will not suggest. Then French curve. So this is the second part, French curve. This is available in the store. So we will get this in two sizes, and two thicknesses. One is thin and another is thick. Because you purchase this thin, I think its thickness is its thickness is not point, 1 or 2 mm thick, or rather 1 mm thick. And this is flexible. I don't have right now, otherwise I would have shown it to you. You can get it on the internet if you put French curve in internet. You thick one you don't purchase. Okay, thin one. And it's available in two sizes, small size and a large size. There are two sizes only. So anyone will do, but important is purchase a thin one. Then third is mini drafter. Now this mini drafter is a device which is used to mount. This device can be mounted on the edge of the table where you will fix the drawing sheet. See, on the table you will put the drawing sheet. You will clip it by, on four ends, and then you will put a mini drafter. And this mini drafter can be moved over the drawing sheet so that you can draw horizontal, vertical, inclined lines like this. Those who have arrangement of holding the mini drafter on the table in their home, they can purchase it. Otherwise, there is no need. In fact, there is a need, but now it's not possible. So you can just ignore it. That work can be done by other device also. Now, if you purchase Merit after, you can take it from your seniors or your friends, whosoever you want from whomsoever you want to purchase, you can purchase it. It's not compulsory since it is offline. Had it been online, it would have been purchased regular. It would have been compulsory. My offline is ulta, online is ulta. Online means one-to-one contact. I say offline means अभी offline चल रहा है अपना. This is my way of thinking. So minute after is optional. So instead of minute after, you can purchase this roller scale. Roller scale. So roller scale is a scale. Basically, it is a scale like this, and there is a roller here. There is a roller here, and using this roller, you can move the scale in any direction. So it works similar to minute after, and it's less costly as compared to minute after. So you can purchase this. Now this is also available in two size, a small size and a big size. I think big size is 30 centimeter scale and small size is some 15 centimeter scale. Now, since you are at home and you are not traveling anywhere, so you can purchase this big size wala, this one. But there is one issue with this. If you do not hold it properly, then you need to learn. See, if this is the draft, this is the roller scale, and this is the edge of the book. And if you are keeping it like this on the edge of the book, then it will not roll properly. If you roll it like this on the surface, then it can roll. But if you keep it like this, something like this, or if you keep it like this and try to roll, it will not roll. Okay, so that's not an issue, that you can understand once you do it. So you can purchase this 30 centimeter wala bara wala roller scale. It will be easy, and you will not have to draw two lines. So if you want to draw a line like this, then if by using smaller drafter, first you will draw this and then you will extend it. So there will be a join here. So if you are using this big, then you can do it in one stroke like this. So these are some of the devices which you need to purchase apart from this sketchbook. You can purchase right now. You can purchase 2 sketchbook or 3 sketchbook. If you need, you can purchase afterwards. It also depends on how many sums you solve when it is given to you as a part of your homework. Not assignment, homework. Assignment is different and homework is different. Assignment carries marks, homework doesn't carry mark. Homework is just for your understanding. I think I have covered everything. Apart from this, you will need a compass. You will need a compass, and then you will need a protector, so that you can draw degrees. And I think that is sufficient. Eraser. No, when you purchase compass is available where you can fix the pencil here. Pencil. This is wood pencil. Okay, and there is another compass where you can put the lead here. Lead pencil. That is clutch pencil. Okay, so I will suggest to purchase this. Don't purchase this again, because when you draw circle, the circle will not match like this. It will not match. Okay, when you are using wood compass. So I am suggesting a compass. I am suggesting compass which has a lead here, lead pencil here. That is available if you go to the shop. So all of you need these things whenever you are drawing the drawing. I think this is from my side on drawing instruments. Any doubt?
No, sir, understood.
Okay, very good. Now, next is the types of lines. Now, before I talk on these types of lines, I will talk something about what is engine graphics and why do we need this graphics and all other things. See, whenever you want to communicate your idea, whenever you want to communicate your idea to a third person means it is a person who is who, who is not in front of you. Okay, you are communicating your ideas to someone, a third person. Then, and if you are not allowed to talk to him, then what will you do? You will communicate through drawing. Generally, in industry, what happens, a design engineer is sitting somewhere in some room, and he wants the worker to tell that you machine this for whatever dimensions that is given. So every time he will not come and tell the worker. Okay, then what he will do? He will prepare a drawing, and that drawing will be given to the worker. Now the worker will understand the drawing. Okay, I want to make a part like this. Okay, it should be given a taper from here. Okay, then it should be given a slot from here. Okay, like this, and then here the dimension should be like this, and something like this. So that a drawing, that worker understand it from the drawing. So every time the person who has designed this, design means who has finalized the shape and the dimension, will not go and explain to the supervisor or to the worker. He will understand it from the drawing. Okay, that's why we need to draw a drawing. Now, if a bridge is to be constructed, then the entire bridge is so long. Entire bridge is so long. Okay, that uh, if I want to give the presentation that I want to construct a bridge at this place, then will I take you to the site? No, it's not possible. What I will do, I will explain to you in the form of drawing, that this will be a pillar, then there will be another pillar, the distance between two pillar will be like this, then the entire bridge shape will be like this. Now if you look from the top, the bridge will have width like this. All these things can be conveyed through drawing. Then for example, if you want to construct a house, okay, construct a house, maybe a bungalow or maybe a flat, then you must have seen it is there in the form of drawing. Okay, the entire house is created in the form of drawing on a drawing sheet. Okay. So for this purpose, we need to understand the drawing. For this purpose, there are many applications. I have presented few applications. For these purposes, we need to understand drawing. So who need to understand drawing? Any person who needs to draw it, who needs to understand it, who needs to use it, should understand drawing. Okay, should understand drawing. So generally, these are the engineers who need to understand the drawing. Now, when you are drawing a drawing, we should have a differentiation between how a drawing looks like for example, if I draw a drawing like this, I'm talking about differentiation. So mind me, I have not had enough practice of drawing lines on this tab, digital tab, so my lines does not come straight. Okay, this is the object, okay. Now in this object there is a hole here, something like this. So I think you can see a hole in the object, and this line indicates there is a edge of the hole. Now if I want to give the dimension to this, now you have understood that this is the object, you can see this is the object, okay. So it is something L shape object, L shape, and if you see from the front you can see it is in the form of a step, and there is a hole here, there is a hole here also, okay. So something is passing through the hole and holding it. Now all these are the lines. Now if I want to give dimension to this, then I am giving this dimension like this, say 35, and then say 15, something like this. Now earlier the drawing was still here till this point. Now when I draw this dimension line, I am extending it beyond this. So what the one who is using this zoid, he may feel that okay, this is the line, this is the part of drawing only, so that person may get confused. That's why we have different types of lines, so that now if I want to show dimension, then how will I do it? I will draw dimension like this. This is a light line, so now this is a thick line, you can see this is a thick line, and I'm making it thick, exaggerating it. So this is a thin line, and this one is the thick line. Now whosoever is reading this will understand, okay, this is thick line, this is thin line, means this drawing ends here. Okay. This is one of the reasons. Then I told you about bridges. So if the bridge is 10 kilometer long, and I want to draw it on the paper, then how can I draw 10 kilometer long on a paper? Then I will have to use some notation which will tell that okay, this bridge started from here and somewhere from here and it ends here. So I will use some notation here. Okay. So that is used for that is used in the that comes in types of line. Now another thing is, if I'm looking to this object from this side. Suppose I'm standing here, okay, and looking at this object from here. Then I will not see this hole. But then the hole is there, so I will represent it in the form of dotted line. I will teach this afterwards. Okay, just understand now. So I will represent it in the form of dotted line. Okay, so when someone will read this, okay, there is a hole here. That's why dotted line is drawn. If I draw continuous line, then what will happen? Then people will understand, okay, there is some part over here. So to differentiate between that, we need to use something dotted line. So you can see here, there are various types of lines. There is a continuous line, it is a continuous thick line. Then there is continuous thin line. There is continuous thin freehand line. Then there is continuous thin straight with zigzag line. Then there is dashed line, there is dash thin line. Then there is chain line, chain thick, and all that. So these are the types of lines. Okay, and each type of line has its importance, and that is used at that purpose, that place only. Suppose I have drawn a circle here. Suppose see somewhere here, I draw a circle. Okay, now I want to show that the center of the circle is here. And imaginary axis passes like this. Okay, so this line is called as center line. Here we cannot use continuous line. Here we cannot use thin line. Here we cannot use dotted line, because that will have different meaning. Okay, so understand that. Okay, or at some place, if I draw only center line, I am not showing the circle. Means the one who is reading will understand, okay, this is a circle over, there is a circle over here. That's it. So for each line has different meaning. So you can see in the right hand side, it's visible outline, visible edges, that is for continuous line. When is the thin line used? Thin line is used for dimension line, projection line, leader line, and all other things. So I am not going to read this because you don't know what is long break line, hidden line, and all those things. So whenever these lines are required to be drawn, that time I will tell that it should be a thin line. Okay, so you should have to refer this after always you refer this. You can take the screenshot of this, so that whenever I will tell you, now students, this is a project, this is a leader line, this is a leader line. Okay, then you will understand, okay, leader line is what? It is a thin line, it is a thin line, and you will have to draw thin line. Okay, so this I cannot tell you at once all the things, it will take some time for you to understand. So outline you understand now, outline you understand. Okay, those who must have done drawing, they understand what is hidden line, thick, and then this hidden part also, but all don't understand. So I have to go slow like that. Are the things clear till here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the part of introduction. I don't have more introduction to tell you. Now we'll move on to the next topic. We still have 10 minutes, so we'll move on to the next topic, and that is uh, the first topic in your syllabus, and that is scale. Let me open that. Now we have another topic here, that is scale. So you all know what is a scale. You have used scale. Okay. There are two meanings to this. One is a ruler or a scale that on which we have marking. And that is one scale. And another scale is the scale that you use in graph. You must have drawn graph in your school and college days, where you have taken scale 1 centimeter or 10 centimeter is equal to 1 meter or 1 millimeter or something like that. Okay, don't go on my words. I should have used it correctly. Say 1 kilometer is equal to 10 centimeter. Okay, something like this. You must have used scale. So when I'm referring to scale, you can get confused. Either is it that scale or that scale. So this is the second one scale. Second one, that is 10 kilometer is equal to 1 centimeter or 10 centimeter. When you represent it, so I'm talking about that scale here. So when your objects are drawn on paper, one need to enlarge or reduce the object, and the proportion by which the object is enlarged or reduced is called as scale on the drawing. So what do you mean by scale on the drawing? So I just now I gave an example. 10 kilometer is represented by 1 centimeter. So what are we doing? We cannot draw the long bridge. So that long bridge we will reduce to smaller size. So that is a scale. So all of you know the meaning of scale. So I think it's clear to you. Now sometimes we have to enlarge or reduce the scale. Sometimes we have to enlarge. So I think all the scales that you have used up till now, in those scales you must have reduced the scale. You may have hardly used at some place where you have enlarged the scale. But sometimes, for example, in a watch there are gears, and when those gears are to be represented on a drawing, then those are so small that if you draw it to that size, then it will be so small, like this. It will become so small like this, and we cannot draw any dimension or anything in this. In such cases we have to draw it in a bigger scale, so we are enlarging it. Okay, there are many other examples. If I want to draw a screw, then in order to draw the screw, if I draw it a small size screw, because its the actual size is this much only, then no one will understand. Okay, this is a screw. Okay, and where is the head? Here. Where are the threads? Threads are here. We cannot understand. Then what we'll have to do? We'll have to zoom it. So when this is to be drawn on drawing, then we'll enlarge it. We'll increase the dimension. We'll multiply the dimension by 2, 3, 4, whatever we want, and then we'll draw it on the drawing. So this is a scale. Now in scale, whenever we are using the scale, we need to use one term that is called as representative fraction. It is representative fraction, not factor. Some of the students may call it factors after a period of time. So remember, it is not a factor, it is a fraction, or it is a scale factor. Scale factor. So scale factor, just now I told you, if this screw is so small, I cannot draw it as this. So I will multiply the dimension by 2, 3, 4. So that is a factor. And what it is defined as the ratio of length on drawing to the actual length of object. So length on drawing, I will write it here. Length on drawing to the actual length of object. Actual length of object. That is called as representative fraction. So when the units of numerator and denominator are same, we can call it as a dimensionless quantity. I will talk more on this. Now, how do we represent this scale? We represent this scale as enlarged scale, reduced scale, or full scale. Just now I told you, either it can be enlarged scale, it can be reduced scale, or it can be as it is, full scale. जितना है उतना draw करना है. What is this representative fraction? Length on drawing upon actual length. So if actual length is of a bridge, if it is of a building, then that is actual length, but that cannot come on drawing. So the length on drawing will be the one which can come on the drawing. So this ratio is called as representative fraction. Okay, so we'll understand this in the next slide. So what is full scale? Now this is a drawing given to you. This is a drawing given to you. Okay, I can accommodate this drawing on the drawing sheet. So I will draw it to the full scale, So when the object is drawn on the sheet to the actual size means if this is say, where is my cursor gone? Okay, it's here. Say if this is 10 mm and I am drawing it on the drawing as 10 mm only. This is actually vertical line. I am drawing it as 10 mm only, then it is full scale. That is full scale. So such a scale is called as full scale. So what is RF now? RF is length on drawing upon actual length of object. Now, for example, this is 10 mm. So actual length is how much? 10 mm. And what is the length on drawing? 10 mm. So what is the representative fraction? 1. So this is called as full size scale. Full size scale. What is RF? RF is 1. Then reduced scale. This you have often used. So if this dimension is too big, suppose this is 1000 mm and 1000 mm, it's not possible for me to draw 1000 mm on the drawing sheet. So what I will do, I will reduce its size. So see here, when the large size objects are drawn on the sheet, they are reduced in size. ओके, कुतुब मीनार को ड्रॉ करना है तो हम कुतुब मीनार कैसे ड्रॉ करेंगे? जब हम ड्राइंग में नेचर ड्रॉ करते हैं तो बड़ा माउंटेन हम एक पेज पे हमारे पास 5-6 माउंटेन आ जाते हैं, सन भी आ जाता है हमारे ड्राइंग शीट में. कैसे आता है? वी रिड्यूस इट साइज. ओके, so that is called as reduced scale. See, actual length of object is suppose 200. Any dimension, you can take any dimension because this is having same unit. Actual length is 200 and on paper I am drawing that 200 as 10 mm only. So I have taken the scale as 200 kilometer is equal to 10 kilometer, something like that. Okay, 200 centimeter is 10 centimeter. Then that is called as RF. So this becomes how much? 1 by 20. I think it's 1 by 20, not 2. It becomes 1 by 20. So what is RF? RF is 1 by 20. I will write it here, 20. Okay, and the third is enlarged scale. Enlarged scale is, now if the object is too small, I told you about gear, screw, okay, and if I draw it on the drawing paper, I will hardly understand what is drawn. Generally, you must have seen the loan agreements and other papers where they write condition apply, and there they have written something in a small size. No one can read it, and no one read it. Because sometimes on the medicine bottle also they have written it's in small size, contents and all that. It becomes difficult for some of the people to read it. Okay, so such things which cannot be read properly has to be increased in size. That is called as enlarged scale. So when small objects are drawn on sheet, they are enlarged in size. So if the actual size is how much? I think I have I have interchanged the thought. Actually, this is large size object are drawn on small size object. So I have made a mistake here while explaining. Just come back to this. Reduced scale. Reduced scale is when large size objects are drawn on sheet, they are reduced in size. So this is actual size. This is actual size 200, and we are drawing it to the small size 10. So this way have reduced the size. Reduced the size. So actual size is, I think I told you correct only, no? Yeah. अभी इसका
Yes,
इसमें
sir.
एग्जांपल, हाँ ब्रिज का एग्जांपल दिया था ना. ओके. and here we have to enlarge the size. So if the actual length of object is 10 mm, say 10 mm, and 10 mm it's not seen, you cannot see 10 mm. So what will we do? We'll increase the length. We'll increase the length and draw it as 200 mm. So RF is what now? 2. RF is 2. So whenever you will draw
20.
something, yeah, this will also be 20. Correct. This will also be 20. So what happens is sometimes we call it as a reduced scale. Reduced scale. So 1 by 20 is what? Reduced scale. Reduced scale मतलब उसको reduce करके draw किया है. And this is what? Enlarged scale 20. 20 is enlarged scale. So it is enlarged 20 times. It is, the size is increased 20 times. Okay. So this I think clears what do you mean by RF also, and this clears full size, reduced size, and enlarged size scale also. You can ask me doubt if you have. Then I will take 1 or 2 minute more. Length of unit. So this you know, 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter, then 1 decimeter is equal to 10 centimeter. All these things you can go through this. These are metric system, and in empirical unit we have a relation between inch, foot, yard, and mile. So 1 yard is 3 feet, okay, and 1 feet is 12 inch, and all those things. 1 mile is this much yard. So you can go through this. I will share it with you. And tomorrow, in next lecture, we will see this types of scale. So since it was lecture and I had to talk more on what introduction, so I could not cover much topic. Okay, students, any doubt till here?